I can. Okay, and we are live, I think.
Yeah, well, it hasn't quite come online on my Twitch yet. It's still off. Oh, you can hear us? Can you hear us?
Okay, it's loading for me now on
Yeah,
the dashboard, so
yeah, it's too. Me too.
let's see if it's working. Can people hear us? See us? Do something.
No, not yet. Not yet. It's loading. Not yet. Gray screen. Yeah, I can still see the gray. Oh no, here it comes. I've got it on mine. There it is. Can you hear us? Can you hear us? I can hear you. Good. Hi, everybody.
Hello, everyone. Okay, I still have loading videos here. I'm gonna refresh the page.
No, I have start new game here.
Yep, okay, now I can see it. Okay, I can see my own video. Alright, we are back with Riven. Sorry that this took so long, but as you all know, I was kind of busy. Apple.
Doing?
I can't jump, so I can't say apple. The
Whoops. No, I don't want to do that. Oops.
so yeah, I have been busy, and indeed I have managed to finish my PhD, passed my final defense. It's officially as of last Friday. I kind of already knew 2 weeks ago, but officially as of last Friday, my thesis has been accepted. So I am in fact a Doctor of Philosophy now. And unfortunately, that does not mean that I can start uploading Mist 3 tomorrow or anything. I have actually managed to start working on it, tiny bit, but other things are coming up, like searching for a job and stuff. So that's going to throw some more wrenches into the works. So unfortunately, you'll have to be a little bit more patient before that starts happening. Those of you who cannot see or hear anything should try to refresh. Those of you who cannot see or hear anything couldn't hear me say that, so I don't know why I did that. The Unfortunately, people don't pay you for making Let's Plays, so I do have to find a job.
Except we can't do the live stream next week. Unfortunately, we don't
Yeah,
think.
it does. We'll probably not be able to finish Riven in one go, and currently I don't think I'll be able to continue next week because I am traveling because of job search things. So that is not going to happen immediately, but of course we will continue it speedrun. No, I'm not going to do a speedrun either. The Although it would save a lot of time if I did that. But it would also not be fun.
No, it wouldn't be
One
fun, and
one
plus
thing
I'm
we
not
are doing,
prepared.
to save time and also to prevent the chat from running amok is we're not actually going to read the journals. I know some of you might be disappointed, but if you really want to hear me read them, well, you can always check the original Let's Play. But and we're not reading them now because I don't think anybody was really listening last time. So
No, we weren't even listening.
that was kind of
Yes. Yes, it will be posted on YouTube.
yeah. It will also be posted on YouTube afterwards when I get the chance to do that. Um,
The
besides,
journals will be summarized. They're going to be summarized.
yeah,
And we will
a very
certainly
brief
do
summary.
look at them for the clues that we need.
I think our Skype connection is a little bit worse than it was last time because I'm having some audio glitches in your audio, but it's manageable so far. So We'll see how it goes. Okay, I
Do you want
think
me to unplug? Do
no,
you
no,
want me
no.
to
It's
unplug?
it's not it's not
Okay.
that. It's a connection issue, not the.
Okay.
Okay, so I think we can go, and I will explain how we're gonna do this as we go along.
Oh,
Oh, there we go. And you may notice that I'm not playing the original version of Riven because there's an Ubisoft logo there. Which means this is the 10th anniversary DVD edition because it has a Ubisoft logo at the start rather than Red Orb Games. And I'll explain why I'm playing this version in once the intro finish.
Thank God you've returned. I need your help. There's a great deal of history that you should know. But I'm afraid that I must continue my writing. Here. Most of what you'll need to know is in there. Keep it well hidden.
Keep it secret, keep it safe. I'm gonna do exactly the same jokes as I did in the Let's Play.
For reasons you'll discover, I can't send you to Riven with a way out. But I can give you this. It appears to be a linking book back here to Dunny.
It's a fake!
But it's actually a one-man prison. You'll need it, I'm afraid, to capture Gehn. Once you've found Catherine, signal me, and I'll come with a linking book to bring us back. There's also a chance, if this all goes well, that I might be able to get you back to the place that you came from.
And this is where it switches to the bigger image size for Riven. The beginning was in the missed image size. Well, we've already
I
lost.
just heard that. I think I heard that through your headphones.
Oh yeah, it's possible. Like I said, I'm going to do all the same jokes that I did in the Let's Play, as far as I can remember them. We have company.
저?
저?
realidade. Cacauare, po. Modo we po po. Tageman. Rekoa.
But Cutis just said that we link into a descriptive book in this game. Is that true?
Yeah.
Isira.
Oh.
Umutika boku wa nai.
Was trying to tell us that we have to give him the book in Dunny, and now he's given up and is just telling us in Rivenese. It's kind of funny.
Boku wa nai. Boku wa nai. Boku wa nai.
Hi, BBB.
I think probably most of the people watching remember the jokes I did in Let's Play better than I do. I haven't seen it in a while.
Yeah, it's funny if you know Dunny and Rivenese. I would never have known.
No, I read about it somewhere as well. It's funny now
Oh.
that I know it. It's You can tell, sort of, just by the way he's speaking when he's trying to speak Dani and when he's speaking Rivenese. I don't normally watch my own Let's Plays. Well, I do when I'm editing, obviously, but rarely watch any of them afterwards. We could just jump over the fence and capture that guy.
Oh yeah, Tom. I remember you.
Okay, we're in! We've started, and there's no sign of the guy who just helped us. How is the volume comparison between the game and Nora and me? Can people tell us what that's like? If he linked out, he would have left the book behind.
Okay, sounds good.
Okay, it seems that the audio is okay. That's good. This is
Somebody's
nostalgia
saying
for me.
game needs to be a little bit louder. Oh no. Well, I can't hear anything of the game, so.
The game needs to be a little bit louder, and then somebody else is saying that the game is loud.
Mm.
Now I don't know. Okay, well, it is kind of, exit to the north and east. This is not a text adventure. The main thing is that you can hear us and at least can sort of tell what's going on in the game. And Nora can't hear the game at all, as the previous time. So, yeah, if I want to make the game louder, that's kind of difficult without also making Nora louder. Nora
I can't hear the game because I'm watching instead of watching it on Twitch, I'm watching it via Skype so that I'm actually watching it in real time, whereas there's a slight delay from what you're seeing.
And Nora can't hear the audio because we're using Skype screen sharing for her to see it, so she doesn't have the same delay as the Twitch video. And even if she was watching the Twitch video, if she turned the audio on there, she would hear herself back, which would really get annoying.
Mm.
And there's no way to share audio via the Skype. This is kind of double nostalgia for me, because, well, not only is it a really great old game, it's also my first Let's Play!
Yeah. I don't know if any of you remember, but Sven always sounds so serious in the first couple of videos in Riven.
I think I sound really monotonous in my first Let's Plays, and I'm kind of nervous most of the time. And in some ways, I kind of regret doing Riven first as my first Let's Play, because you know it's my favorite game of all time, and just technically I could do so much better now, because there's graphic tearing in that video. I actually edited that video in Windows Movie Maker, which is the only Let's Play I did in Windows Movie Maker. So the video quality isn't that great, and the audio is accidentally in mono rather than in stereo. So many things I could have done better if I had waited a little bit to do Riven. But then again, Riven also got me most of my viewers, so if I hadn't uploaded that first, maybe I would have been discouraged by lack of response.
Indeed.
And as I said in the beginning, this is the 10th anniversary DVD edition of Riven. Riven, like Myst, is a game that I own 27 billion times. I have the original 5 CD version, I have the DVD version, the original DVD version, I mean. I have this one, the 10th anniversary DVD edition, and the Good Old Games edition, and I have it on iOS. So, no, I don't have an iPad, but I do have it on my iPhone. Um, so I have it quite a few times. And in my Let's Play, I used the original DVD version, and now I'm using the 10th anniversary DVD version. The only real difference between this version and the original DVD version is the Ubisoft logo at the beginning, and the fact that it uses a newer version of QuickTime. And that's the reason I'm using this now, is because the old version, with which depends on QuickTime 3, I could not get that to work properly anymore. I remember for the Let's Play, I had to run it in a virtual machine with Windows 98. But even that is something that I can't get to work anymore, and this one at least works fine. And besides the Ubisoft logo, there's no difference. Now, the reason that I prefer the DVD version over the CD version, or the Good Old Games version, which is based on the CD version, is because of a really minor thing with the movie overlays. I can show that here, I think. At least I can't show you what it looks like on. Oh, I went too far. I can't show you what it looks like on the regular Riven. Whenever you get anything that is a movie, like this is basically just a movie that is put on top of the background image. On the CD version, and as well as the Good Old Games version, the movies are all placed 1 pixel too low. It's really subtle, but it means that everything just jumps down 1 pixel whenever you touch it. It even happens for the full screen videos, because you can just tell there is a 1 pixel line along the top of the window when a full screen video is played, and that's just annoying. The DVD version fixes that, so that's why I prefer that version.
And plus, you don't have to change the CDs.
Yeah, okay, but you can do that with the CD version by copying all the files, and the Good Old Games version also installs the hard drive.
Right.
But the brute force the code. The code is going to take a while. Okay, 1, 1, 1, 1. No, that's not it. 1, 1, 1, 2. That's not it. I think it's actually 5 symbols as well. Not 4. So this is going to take a while. That's going to be the whole video today. No, that wasn't it. Nope, we have to find what the code is properly. And besides which, this thing doesn't have power yet, so we can't actually move that either. It doesn't do anything. We can get a great view of the lid here. That's it. One thing we can see while we're here now, if I'm not too late for that already. No.
Yeah, I think we probably talked. Oh no, there he is.
It's Joe, and he's only unconscious. He's not dead, and he'll be gone later if you come back here.
What do you mean the code isn't set this early in the game? Do you have to?
I think you can guess it, even because I'm pretty sure that if you know it and you restore to the beginning, you can still open it. So that's actually what I did to show that particular bad ending. So I'm pretty sure that's possible. I've got to say, still, Riven, most beautiful game ever made. Well, I guess technically Myst 4 looks better because of the higher resolution, and still pretty good game, but pretty good graphics. But it's just, this game is so incredibly beautiful.
Mm.
And that's the one thing about the real Riven thing that they're doing. Despite the little demo that they put out earlier, it looked great. It really did look great, especially considering they're a small team of basically amateurs. But it still does not look as good as the real thing here. Okay, well, goodbye to D801 live, then that's too bad if you can't see it.
Yeah. It seems strange that you can get the chat, but not the... Well, maybe... I don't know.
Well, no, that's not the same thing, so...
Yeah.
Okay, at this point, I have to explain what we're going to do. I want to try and make this a little bit more interactive. So I want you to tell me where I'm going to go. And the rule is very simple. I will not solve any puzzles if I haven't seen the answer yet. So even the ones that aren't random, I won't solve them unless we've been to the place where I could know the answer. So for example, even if you send me to Gehn's lab now and I read the code for the domes, I won't open the domes unless I've also been to the classroom to learn the numbers. It's not really going to be the... interactive puzzle solving, because most of you will know the puzzles, I suppose. But I think we can let you decide where I'm going to go and which order I do things. So...
Is it possible to go back to Mist from this point?
What? Yeah, by quitting the game and then starting Mist instead.
Oh, right.
I guess.
No, you don't have... Obviously, you don't have a linking book because he didn't want you to have a linking book.
And one thing, if I may make a recommendation, if we go to Gehn's lab on Crater Island straight away, or Bookmaking Island, there's something you can see that we couldn't see in the Let's Play. So maybe you want to take that into account, but you need to be quick for that. Okay, yes, people have already been yelling things, but where should I go? Should I go forward, left, or right from here?
Well, there's been two that said cave, which I think is straight ahead, isn't it? Isn't the cave the thing underneath the...
Okay, well, the vast majority of people are saying left, despite what I just said. So, I guess we are going to go into this room first. I'm going to leave the button be, because I'm not going to let you decide on that, because otherwise we could end up wasting way too much time. I love this room.
I do too. I remember seeing it and just wandering around and checking all the little images in the scarabs.
And there's dunny writing on the walls, which I don't actually know what it says. And the starry ceiling! And I think this is supposed to be the tip of a pen.
Is it?
Yeah. This whole room has sort of the bookmaking motif with the trees and the beetles, the pen. It's basically a temple to Gehn as well as the art of writing, and of course Gehn's symbol on the floor.
Yeah, now that I can see the tip of the pens there.
Yeah, those are 5 pen tips. And the symbol number 5. I don't remember which order the beetles go in, but let's take a look. I'm not entirely sure what the requirement is, how soon you need to go, but the thing is, Gehn's gun is on his table if you go to his lab quite early, and if you go there later, it's gone. That's the only thing. Okay, who remembers what this image is showing? I do, but Nora, do you know? Putting you on the spot.
Well, it just looks... Is that Atris falling through the starfisher?
It is, indeed.
Oh. It's definitely the starfisher in his book. This is when he jumps in and he drops his book and he thinks that would get rid of it, but that's the book that lands that you discover.
Exactly. Of course, this is the Gehn's version of the story, so it's displayed as if Gehn is casting Aether's out of Riven, while in fact Aether's jumped of his own accord and did it to trap Gehn here. So it was Aether's who won. And that is indeed the end of the Book of Aether's. And Gehn doesn't really have a high opinion of himself or anything, what with that halo.
He's holding... It looks like is he holding fire in his
Yeah, something like that.
right hand?
He has split the waters or something. Does he think he is Moses? Let's see. Next. This one is a bit more cryptic.
Oh, could those be those people that we actually see one of them, don't we?
Yeah.
It's priests.
Yeah, these.
What are they called?
Yeah, well, these are the guilds of Riven.
Oh.
The
Riven
guild. The guild of Tetris players, which is this one. One of my. Mostly I don't write jokes for the Let's Plays. I usually just try to come up with them as I'm playing. But this was one that the Tetris players thing was one I thought of before I started recording. This is Gehn, I think, and these are the heads of the guilds, and these are the guilds themselves. This is the guild of builders, I guess. Teachers. I guess these are the maintainers because they have.
Oh yes, funny hats.
No, they have daggers, so they seem to be in with law and order to do with that. And this is I think it's the Guild of Cartographers or something like that. And this is the Guild of Bookmakers, obviously, because there's paper raining down from the trees. And you can
so
see,
would that be the Guild of Writers?
I don't think they have a Guild of Writers because Gehn is the only one who's actually writing. And you can see the same stripped bark on these trees that you can see with the trees on Jungle Island later. One thing that's so much nicer in this game is the number of intermediate images, because that just makes this room much easier to navigate than, for example, the library in Myst, which just had too few images for you to tell which direction you were going to look after you did something. And this is the bookmaking process with the wood shredder and the pressure cooker and people that are worshipping a book. And this is where the trees come from, obviously. And
which they clearly would think was kind of worshipful.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, this is sort of like a rice cooker. And I guess this is Gehn's hand because of the symbol. Oh, that's the same one. And this is Gehn writing, of course. And from his writing springs forth the heavens and the earth and the fish and the animals and people and stuff, which of course is all nonsense. But anyway. And we see most of these writing implements, like the beetle inkwell, later when we see his desk. I think that's in the 233rd age. I think that's all of them. No. We still have Gehn being worshipped with a book behind his head.
Now, where do you think that is that an age? Do you think that we've seen? Is that the Jungle Age, Jungle Island?
Yeah, I think this is Riven. I think all
You
of
think
these
this is
images
Riven?
are the Rivenese. You can see the huts on platforms. They're not quite the same style as the ones that are actually on the island, but it's close enough, I guess. And the fence, which is blocked, blocking us from going to the dome. This huge ass dome that Gehn built, or presumably had built. I don't think he built much of this himself. I actually kind of don't want to do the whole rotating room thing at the moment. I think I want to go to Jungle Island at the moment, because there's another thing that you can sort of see from a different angle if you do this later. So we'll leave this for the moment. I'm vetoing the decision now. we're going this way now. Of course, I have not yet looked at Aegis's journal, which you would logically do at this point in the video, usually. And like I said, I'm not going to read it, but basically just tells you about Aegis's attempts to stabilize Riven, and his agony over not being able to go there and rescue Catherine. Until, of course, the stranger shows up.
No, we decided we're not reading the books because you'd fall asleep or get up to mischief, more likely.
Yeah, and this journal isn't that bad, but some of the others, Gehn's journal and Catherine's journal, are incredibly long.
Yes, yeah. But one thing I noticed when I was doing a little bit of homework today is that the end of Mist and this is supposed to be only 7 days difference.
Is it? Okay, I didn't really know.
Yeah.
Music in this part kind of reminds me of the antechamber music. This sort of seems like a precursor to the Cirrus's chair in in Mist 4.
Well, presumably the stranger was exploring other islands. I mean, not other islands. He got to explore,
Rhyme.
well, Rhyme, really. And in Aegis's journal, he mentions about seeing Riven through the gateway image, which I assume is the image that you get in Rhyme.
And now we're broadcasting in 2 ways. Yeah, food is a bit of a weird question because Aegis's was apparently trapped in that room in Kavir for months, so he must have had a supply of food there. Too bad we can't see ourselves broadcast. Oh, bathroom. Assuming the stranger is male, he can go behind a tree somewhere. And this is the maglev car station.
Right, I suppose the gateway image, when they first did Riven, they Rhyme was Rhyme created as an age before Riven was made as the game?
I don't think so, no.
Right, so
Because
you're
Real
right.
Mist came out 5 years after Riven, so...
Yeah, okay, so the gateway image is, as you say, the linking panel.
Oh, Opening the door. Yeah, Rem's added in Real Mist. And Real Mist was released 5 years after Riven, so... in the same year as the Mist Masterpiece Edition. This sound is always kind of confusing, where it is just the chair lowering again. And places like this is where the 1 pixel jump that I was talking about for the CD version really becomes noticeable, where the door opens. And this is where we were broadcasting to! From the chair. This is where we would have appeared.
Ah.
Because you see Ghen's head in here when you come back here later. And there are warg idols here. I think I always thought wargs are kind of cute. I know they're supposed to be vicious predators, but they sort of look cute. And they have various offerings and stuff for the wargs. And I guess the Gehn symbol here is supposed to show that he controls the warg.
Yeah, it doesn't look so cute and cuddly when it's banging its head on the wall and that. If you provoke it in that other room.
I don't know. It's still kind of funny. Well, Gehn might have been a megalomaniac, but he sure had the whole grandiose design thing down.
Yeah, they will definitely eat humans if you look at the setup that they have in.
And that's what Gehn did. He sacrificed villagers to the wargs. And I guess for the offerings here with the fruit and stuff, I mean, why would a god want fruits? It's the same kind of thing if you make any kind of religious sacrifice like that or offering like that. The stranger could not be Rivenese because how would he have gotten to Earth to get the Mist book at the beginning of Mist? Nobody knows if it's spelled work or work because both, or with the H, HA or AH, because both are
delicious humans.
Both spellings are used in the game. I mean, it's obviously supposed to be a contraction of whale shark. And I think
except whale sharks aren't carnivorous at all. Whale sharks.
I know, but
eat
I mean
plankton.
that's sort of the conception for this for the work is that it's sort of a cross between a whale and a shark rather than an actual whale shark. But so that's obviously where the word comes from, and I think they might have just they might have just reversed the H and the A at some point because to make it less obvious that that's what the derivation was. But they just didn't update all of the places where they changed it. And now comes one of my favorite parts of this game. The rides.
Yes. Yeah, I had to do CD swapping.
Yeah, me
That
too.
was
The
a
first
real
time I
pain.
played this, I had to do a lot of CD swapping. Of course, as most of you may or may not know, I don't actually know how many of you know this, but Riven was originally supposed to sort of look similar to Mist, the same type of graphical style. But then, I think at a convention, a man named Richard van der Wende, who was a former employee of Industrial Light and Magic, approached the Miller brothers and said he wanted to help them work on this game. And he is largely responsible for the graphical design of Riven. So hats off to him. Good job.
What do you mean, hence the scrapped garden island?
Yeah, there are some screenshots floating about on the web of early Riven when it was still using the old graphical style. And there was one island that
Ah,
people have come to refer to as Garden Island that isn't present in the final version of the game. But I think there, who said that, paid it. I think he's right that it morphed into the map island. And at that time, the maglevs were not in there either. There were just bridges and paths between all of the islands. I'm glad they added the maglevs because I like them. And the other thing is that Richard van der Wende was also one of the production designers on Disney's Aladdin. And you can sort of tell, once you know it, you can sort of tell that it is that the art style is similar, like especially with the dome and things like that. Which is, by the way, one of my favorite Disney movies, Aladdin. I like soaking up the atmosphere here. A whole new age. Sure. No, I said I won't solve puzzles until I've been there, not until I've heard the solution from you. And I haven't solved any puzzles yet. Well, unless you count opening the door in the temple as a puzzle. It's the wooden balls with the sounds. Yeah, I wonder how they make those sounds, by the way. How does that work? The difficult thing for me is that I had no way to record this when I was playing it for the first time, to record the sounds. So I had to sort of make notes on what I thought what it sounded like. So you just end up writing down things like chirp, and then I completely forgot what sound that was later.
mm, mm.
This is the moiety eye, yes. And on the back is a number that we haven't seen yet. Or I don't even know that
Yes,
it's a number at this point. Technically.
That's right.
A symbol.
You learn all the numbers here, don't you?
Yeah.
In
So
this game.
It's also the first time they've been seen. And of course, the one thing that I did not know when I was first playing it, and so many people have commented on that video that they had no idea about it either. The symbols with that the balls make with the eye in the right place.
Mm. Well, I never got this one, but I did get the one where you fill the water in the pool. That
Yeah,
looks straight away
the
to
beetle
me.
one is the...
Yeah. But why would you necessarily turn around to look that way?
Well, if you're being thorough,
I mean, I'm
you
just
turn around
saying-
on every screen. That's what I tend to
Yeah,
do.
yeah, I know, but I mean, it's not surprising that on your first run through you wouldn't. Yeah, I'm not used to playing adventure games, obviously, except for the Myst games.
Yeah, well, I probably did look this way, but it just never really made the connection that this was supposed to be a symbol. I suppose if you're being really thorough, if you've been to the room where you need to use these symbols, the stone room, I think is generally referred to, and if you've made drawings of all the symbols you've seen there or something, or at least try to remember them, then you might recognize that this is one of those symbols.
Also, you probably wouldn't, unless you took the other turn and went to the bookmaking island, you probably wouldn't have seen a frog, whereas you do see the beetles almost straight away. Well, you see them in the circulating room, the rotating room.
Yeah. Now you don't see them on the same angle, so you might not be able to tell that that's supposed to be a beetle either. The call button for this maglev is all the way over here, which is kind of weird. Up or down, people? If we want to go to Gehn's lab, then we have to go up. But
Yes, yeah. Let's do that because I don't know if I've ever seen that.
everybody's
Whoops.
saying down.
Oh, here they go. Here's some ups. Oh God.
Okay,
Are you
I think
counting?
it's about 50-50. Oh, this whole idea is not working. Okay, well we'll just go up. We'll just go to Gehn's lab first, and from there I'll try to make it a little bit more interactive.
Well, you're going to see the Sunners whenever
Yeah,
you
we're
go
gonna
down
have
there.
to see them at some point.
But if you don't go to Gen's lab now, you won't see the other thing.
The second dagger is here. It's kind of hard to see, but it is. Which is here, embedded into the rock. And this is the whatever we say to the opposite. Yeah, but you'll be able to game that after a while. It's kind of a bit too big to pick up, I'm afraid. This is one of the other things that I really appreciate in this game is almost all places you can stand have side views, whereas one of the main problems I had with Channelwood in Myst that makes it so hard so hard to navigate is that you cannot look sideways on any location. The big
daggers
dome.
yeah, Catherine wrote them in.
Yeah, Catherine wrote the daggers.
That's
and
what
there was a mosquito going away. Yeah.
But why
There
did
it
she
goes.
write them in? Was it to be a sign to the moiety?
I don't remember. It was part of the Book of Atris, part of the whole plan to trap Gehn here. I don't remember what purpose the dagger served. And the moiety adopted them, but that was much later than when Catherine wrote them in. I kind of like the detail with the bugs flying around here.
Mm.
And here, of course, we see all the chopped down trees, because Gehn has been making paper. But you see, not all of them are chopped down. It's in the back there, you can see some that are... the closer I get to that, the harder it becomes to see. That really helps. You can also see the dagger from here.
Why would you take the bark off first?
I think that Gehn was just afraid that that he was cutting down all the trees and didn't want to leave the whole island bare, because that would kind of make things bad for people who lived here. He isn't that evil. He isn't evil for evil's sake, so he thought probably just by taking the bark that he could leave the trees mostly intact. And that wouldn't harm them, but he was wrong, because you can see they're dying, the leaves are turning brown. And an axe, as well as the wire saw that they're using with the handle at the end. Because of course you can't really cut down a tree of this size with an axe. Well, you could, but it would take immensely long. And you would definitely not get a nice flat cut like that. This is the dagger again. Here's some birds calling in the background. This game just gets the atmosphere so incredibly spot on. Like I said, I think during the Mist live stream, they should build a theme park with all of these islands.
Mm.
Do a Kickstarter for that. I'll I'll back it. And this is my favorite ride in the game. I think it's everyone's favorite ride in the game. The eagles are coming. No, I don't think so. I did see The Hobbit, and I quite liked it actually. I mean,
I loved
it's
it.
obviously not true to the book, but I thought it was a good movie.
Yes, I agree. Vector would definitely lose its atmosphere if there were tons of people.
That's true. That's true. Although, you know, the cavern is much nicer when there's tons of people than and so many Mist fans gathered in one place in real life.
Yes.
Wouldn't be too bad. A lot of the stuff that Gehn builds just seems to be needlessly complicated, but that just seems to be a dunny trade. And the main reason why I'm willing to give this game a pass on it, whereas I'm much harder on Mist 4, is that Gehn had help. He had the Rivenese and his guilds, and there's a very obvious power source here with all the steam vents that he could use. I'm biased as well. And just everything else in this game makes sense, and they've obviously thought of everything in this game. Everything has a reason and an explanation. You can find out how they did it, and if you get the feeling that the structure of the game that they thought about it, the internal structure is not too problematic, then I'm willing to forgive small mistakes. But in Mist 4, yeah, you can come up with a lot of explanations for how Cirrus might have done it, but you just don't get the feeling playing Spire that the game designers ever sat down to really plan that out. That they ever really spent the gave the attention necessary to it to make it believable. And I'm still convinced that that Spire and Haven were done by different teams, because Haven is much better in that regard. Nice water effect, really subtle.
So, did Catherine write Riven? I keep
No,
forgetting
Gehn
this.
wrote
Who
Riven.
Gehn did?
It was
Gehn
his fifth
created
age.
it, or did he tamper with it?
He created it. The
He
way
did.
the way he did. Well, he didn't create it, the place, but he wrote the book.
He
the
wrote
way
the
he
book.
always did in.
Although I remember in one of the books, doesn't Atreus get furious when he overhears Gehn saying he creates these places?
Yeah, and that's one of the major points here as well. If you read Genn's journals, he keeps saying that he that he creates them, whereas Atreus and the Dunny definitely didn't think so. They link to existing ages. Of course, that probably means that Riven was always unstable. Gehn just linked to an unstable age. He didn't make the place unstable, so Riven would probably always have collapsed. And it might have... the Catherine's changes probably didn't help much with opening the Star Fissure and things like that in terms of the stability. And it's possible that Gehn, after linking to the age, made some alterations that did even made things worse. Which is one of the reasons why the Dunny normally did not alter books after writing them. The wood chipper. How many wood can a wood chipper chip if a wood chipper would chip wood or something? I don't know.
How many? Yeah, if a wood chipper would chip wood. That's what, if it's a woodchuck. If a woodchuck would chuck wood.
Or if a woodchucker, if a woodchuck could chuck wood, I think. I don't remember it exactly.
No, neither do I.
Tongue twister. Well, you can the explanation given for the changes. I think Richard Watson at some point said that it's supposed to be like quantum mechanics, that as long as it's an unobserved change, the waveform hasn't collapsed yet, that you're allowed to change it. But quantum mechanics doesn't apply on this level, so.
Thank you, Adrian.
So it is could chuck wood. Okay. At the end. I prefer Dutch tongue twisters. I know I know more of those anyway. And of course turn the wood chipper on.
I don't think you can alter the age while you're in it, can you?
Well, I don't know. I don't think it's really been explained anywhere, but I don't see why not, because you could use a different linking book and take the descriptive book with you. But the thing is, of course, you can't change anything that you can actually see, because you can't change things that have already been observed, so you wouldn't see the effect immediately anyway.
Let's test it out.
But like I said, it's kind of a nonsense technobabble explanation, because quantum mechanics does not apply on
Macroscopic level?
yeah, on the macroscopic level, exactly. Somebody asked for Dutch tongue twister. One I can remember is de postkoets koetsier poetst zijn postkoets met postkoetspoets. I think I got that right. Of course, people who don't know, it roughly translates as the coach driver polishes his coach with coach polish. I think there's a water effect here because it is really the only place where you get close enough to the water to see it. This is quite clearly a crater lake. You can see from the color, because this was a volcano, quite obviously.
What do you mean you can see from the color?
The really blue color tends to be from the like the bacteria content and the depth of volcanic lakes. They tend to be really blue. Of course, the actual lake called Crater Lake appears really blue, not so much because of the contents, but just because it is incredibly deep. But this one does not appear to be that deep, because at least along the edge you can sort of see the bottom, so it doesn't seem to be that deep. Could be warm.
It reminds me very much of some of the water places in Yellowstone, which are that kind of color.
Although I don't know, could the if this water could be warm, because the bacteria in it, the Riven bacteria, are supposed to have an aversion to heat. So if this place was really hot, the water would move elsewhere. Unless, of course, it's hot enough that the bacteria die. Yeah, well, Riven is basically volcanic. You can very clearly see that with all the steam vents, and that's where Gehn gets his power. And you can actually see lava in one place as well. Several places, even. This is the pipe that we'll be crawling through later.
Yeah, that was a spooky little crawl. Did you try refreshing?
Of course, this does not work because I did not switch the power this way.
Can you hear my bird clock?
Yes. Well, they are averse to probably just to extreme heat because it kills them, so. What I did turn on was the wood chipper. I wanted to show you that. Come on. It's a good thing that wasn't on when we got here. Unfortunately, Twitch TV can sometimes be a bit problematic, as Morden would say. All right. If if this were a Sierra game, then of course not only would you be able to fall into the wood chipper, you would also be able to go into this room while the water's boiling and die that way. I think you need to turn the boiler off before. Will it drain? Oh, it will drain. Okay. But I think with the boiler still on, you still can't get inside, can you? No. Because it's still hot, as the temperature gauge indicates. Yeah, this one is not really a puzzle, it's just flip every switch indeed.
This is how I solve most of the puzzles, is just trial and error, and I did it so many times that I never really worked out what exactly I'd done to get the thing to work. Whereas you probably did it more logically. Did you?
Well, there were some things I definitely got trial and error. But for me, the biggest problem tends to be just that I miss things, that I don't see something. And now we can't go in because I haven't raised the floor yet. I don't think I showed that in a Let's Play. Don't forget that Gehn had years to bring materials here to instruct its people before he was trapped here. And now we've raised the floor. The Gary Owen narration for this game. That would be kind of interesting. I'm switching this because that saves time later. No, it needs to go the other way. There we go. Try moving this. Oh god, I hated that at the beginning of Myst 4. Just giving directions.
Oh, yes.
Try selecting a different signal. It's, yeah, okay, I get it. You want to teach us the interface, but people, this is not how you do a tutorial. Try adjusting the amplitude. If you want a game that does tutorials right, Portal. Portal does it perfectly. Although for a seasoned puzzle game player it kind of goes too far, because explaining how to put a box on a button is really not something that I need to have explained. This kind of also reminds me of... Can we walk down? Can we walk around down here? No. Well, we can look around. That's something. This kind of reminds me of Teledon, when you drain the water from the big mushroom.
I was just thinking of that. I was exactly thinking of that. Hmm. Yes, I do remember Rodney. Why do you say um why did you say what you said earlier about Rodney?
What?
I'm talking to BBB.
Oh.
Why don't you want us to mention Ur or Mist 5 here? Because I'm about to mention it. Is this a bad place to mention? Oh, try
I don't
moving
see
the
any
slide.
problems.
Okay. Um, why don't mention Uru? Well, I'm going to. I'm going to
Mist
make
5,
it.
I can sort of see that you don't like it, but Uru is fine with me.
Yes, and speaking of Uru, Uru is an evil game. Uru is better. Yes, speaking of it, I just want to say that Sven and Locucius and I are making some films using the sets and the avatars of Uru, and we're interested in finding some people who might be willing to help. And we've done a lot of development work. We need some production assistants to help organize this material. And when it comes to the down the line, when we're actually filming, you'd get to perform as some stand-ins and extras, and maybe some additional speaking roles if you wanted. If you're at all interested, will you please send a message on YouTube to Frank, which is LOC2262. That's his YouTube uh, name. And
He's also in the
just to
chat here,
say,
so you can see
yeah,
him.
he's on the 2262, yeah, LOC2262. And just to say, Sven's not going to be it because he's so busy going around the world. It's going to take a while to develop it. This
I
guy,
will be
yeah,
I
that
will be
guy.
part of the project probably later. I'll definitely be in it as an actor when it gets to that point, but I'm not currently involved in the production. So don't send any messages to me about it.
Yeah, don't send any to Sven.
Send them to
Um,
Frank or Nora.
yeah, well, to Frank, he's sort of coordinating that bit. Um, yeah, so um, well, it's going to be a lot of work, and obviously none of us are getting paid. But we do have a good we do have some good ideas. Whoever does join the project will have to swear not to yes, send a private YouTube message to LOC2262.
I don't get this obsession people have with me singing all of a sudden, because every single time I sing in any of my Let's Play videos, people complain about it in the comments. Now suddenly people
Now
want
you
it.
see, you've just given us a challenge. You've just given Frank and I a challenge to come up with some songs for your character, and I
We're
can
gonna
well
do it as a
imagine.
musical,
Yeah,
a Broadway musical.
yeah. This isn't a Let's Play. This is actually going to be some films with a proper story. Yes, yes, definitely. No, we're not kidding about the B shot.
Yeah, very
So
strict NDA. One thing I wanted to
yeah.
point out, which is why I'm still standing here, is you the pipe that we're in. You can see the shadow there.
Oh,
Um, so this is probably a jump down.
what do you mean? That's probably a. Oh, yes.
This we just jumped out of the pipe, and you can't. That's why you can't go back in, because it's too high. I would never jump that in real life. This looks like what, 5 meters high, 6 meters. I would probably, if I were stuck in this position, just lower myself out of the edge and then try to drop myself down that way. And there's some water here. Yeah, the stranger doesn't have a shadow. He may be a vampire. Oh wait, no, those don't have reflections. Is there anything that doesn't have a shadow? Maybe he's Peter Pan and his shadow escaped. I think you can hear some itrams in the background here. Definitely hear something chirping. Is there a water effect here? No. There is Map Island, I think. At the moment, production assistants are just there to put the wiki together, I think, right?
Yeah, and anybody who's interested in physics and knows a bit about physics, Frank definitely needs somebody to help him with the technobabble stuff, brainstorming. The wiki is going to be for production ideas and keeping track of everything. You don't have to know how to use a wiki. That's something that Frank will tell you. You don't need to be a physics guy for the other stuff.
You can get the nice water effect here as well, I just noticed. And let's open this for future use. In case we need it. Yeah, unfortunately I'm still too busy to really help with
At this stage.
at this stage. See, if I could just
But you
link to
probably
the
do
Nexus and then go to all these other places that way, that wouldn't be a problem. I think that water effects are just fancy for 1996 compared to Mist and stuff. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with people who can't load the video. There's not much I can do about that. Should I go forwards first? Or do something else? Vote for it, people. Forward is the first vote. Okay, we're gonna forward first. We're gonna catch an Itram. And we can't go in here because there's a fan in the way.
This took me forever to do, to work out what I was meant to be doing. I think I put it up and down, I don't know how many times without putting an actual little pellet on there.
Yeah, this is kind of because there's nowhere... Well, maybe the key in Mist. It's about the only place where you can drag something this way. Why does it change the lighting behind there? We're rendering glitch. Let's send it down. If he puts, if the stranger found the Mist book in New Mexico in 1806, he's probably not French. I guess he could be a French immigrant, but... Okay, we'll leave that be. Oh, this one. This took me a while, first time I played. Since then, I do it in every single game I've ever played. Whenever there's a possibility to... Whenever a door doesn't automatically close, I always close them to see if there's anything behind them.
Yeah, how many journey cloths are on the backs of doors?
Oh, Emrer, are you, or whatever you're supposed to... is he watching on
Oh, looks like he's on the iPod.
Because I had that problem too with my own account, that it just would not load using the Twitch app on iOS. So I don't know what's wrong there, but I couldn't get it to load there either. Okay, left or right? I think I can guess what people are gonna say, but I'm asking it anyway. Up. Can't go up. Left. Democrats. If we'd gone right, I would have said Republicans. Anyway. There we go! And it's our first dome! And it's open. This is kind of important to notice for how to spot this dome on the map later, that it's open at the top. This one you can sort of tell, even without stopping it, that it is the vertical line. You can sort of just see it as it goes by. It's not that hard to spot. Maybe it's just easy to see because I already know it's that one. The other thing that kind of helps you see that, especially later for the map island one that doesn't have that you can't see for the viewer, is that they're always in the same order. That. Here there is at least a hint that there's something else, because here we can see there's a hole in the... There's a hole in the wall, so you know that there's something behind there, but you don't know how to get there. Until, of course, you close the door again. I don't know if Gehn did this intentionally to hide all this stuff, or if he was just being economical with the space he had. Actually, these look like natural caves, so he probably just used what was already there. I'm not sure what the purpose of this is either. Actually, the way to stop them is to click at exactly the moment that the yellow one comes by. The easy way to do that is to just click repeatedly. You'll get it. There we go.
Yeah, that's the only way I ever got it, was just to keep pushing the button.
And it's the vertical line, as I said. And now we can go into the dome. To go a little bit ahead, I think in Catherine's journal she mentions that Gehn made an alteration to the domes that made it obvious he was using them to power the book. Probably to try and lure, power the books, probably to try and learn the moiety into using them so he could trap them on 233rd H. And I think it's probably this window that shows you that there's a book in there. I think that's probably the alteration she's talking about.
Right.
Let's try and guess the code. Now the dome codes are all the same, but they are random, so I don't know what they are. That wasn't it. I would have been tremendously lucky if the... I don't know what a descriptive book for H233 is. If Gehn is smart, he's hidden it away somewhere. And he is rather smart. Of course, I don't know if I ever showed in the Let's Play, but you can start the domes up again.
Is there a good reason for doing that?
No, but you just can.
Oh.
And again, it's the... That's what I say about it, attention to detail. Obviously, Gehn needed to have a way to close these domes while he was not in it. So there is a way to close them while you're not in them.
Oh, that's a good reason. So that Gehn can't tell you messed with it.
Yeah, that's true.
But for the player, Frank's right. You can if you miss the symbol the first time round. But
Yeah, that's that was a gameplay reason. It's if you miss the symbol, you can do it again.
hmm.
This also always struck me as a little bit weird. Is the fact that this switch does not work unless you have the steam valve in the middle of the lake set to this pipe. Yet the fan, which it controls, does work. So that's kind of...
Yes. Yeah.
How does that work? How is this hooked up that is the result?
I suppose that's just to make you climb down again.
Yeah,
I mean, you don't have to climb down because if you set it up already, but if you hadn't worked it out.
Let's see if we caught something. I think we caught something because I can hear it. Yay!
Aww.
And he jumps away. And if he was smart, he would jump into here, because then he would have lots of food.
And there are several different animations you get if you keep doing that.
There are?
Yeah, they look. Yeah, I think there are.
Okay, maybe we
There
can
are a couple.
test that theory.
Oh God, now you're gonna prove me wrong.
Well, I'm not going to prove you wrong.
I remember you.
Immediately anyway, because it will take a while. I'm not even sure. Does the trap work if the fan isn't on? Not sure. Well, we'll find out later. I'm gonna go down here. There's lots of vent crawling and yes, they are poisonous or venomous, you should technically say. Gehn uses that to make stuff for his pipe.
Is that what he uses? Oh, for the pipe that he smokes, or the pipe
Yeah.
where he shoots people?
No, the pipe that he smokes. And the moiety uses it for the poison in the darts that they shoot.
Why would Gehn want to smoke poison?
Tobacco is a poison as well. Just in small doses it probably doesn't kill him, just gives him a buzz, like many poisons do. And we are on time. The gun is still here. This is Gehn's gun. If you come here later, I think it's if you go to Map Island first that you don't see this one, but I'm not sure. You can't take it, unfortunately.
Now, I never would have recognized that as a gun.
No, but you see Gehn use it in some of the bad endings, so that's how you would know it's a gun.
Looks like a bicycle pump or something.
Yeah, it does have a knife or something on the end as well. It's clearly an improvised weapon. I think this is his pipe.
Pump up Eddie with it.
And we saw this pipe in I think in one of the images in the rotating room as well. Well, in the one where he's sitting behind his desk, you can see the pipe sitting on his desk. I think the pipe is also gone later, but I'm not sure.
And what's the little thing sitting? Would that be a little tobacco thing that's sitting beside
this.
the pipe?
Yeah, it could be,
No,
I guess.
no. That.
What? This?
No,
Or-
the thing sitting beside the pipe that you just pointed to. That.
Oh, yeah, okay. I guess so. This seems to be an inkwell. Not the beetle one that we saw. And this seems to be a teacup, I guess. I want a cup like that. It looks cool. And Gehn's journal. Yeah, this is the strategy guide calls this bookmaking island, I think. I typically call it Crater Islands because I came up with names for all of the islands long before I ever read the strategy guide. The journal, which again, like I said before, I am not going to read all of them, and this one in particular is very long. But it talks about Gehn's attempts to make books and his many failures. And it also talks about him, about how he thinks that Atris is the one who's fixing the age, and about various other bits about the power system, the steam valves that you see all over the place, and how he is using fire marbles to power the books. Yeah, there are some coffee stains or something on the book, or it may just be ink blots. Again, it's very tidy handwriting.
Hmm.
The years, of course, here, these are Dunny years. And a Dunny century is 125 years. So basically you would need to multiply whatever century number it is, I've forgotten what it is, by 25 and by 125 and then add 83. And that's the year it is. It's 9462 is the current year during Riven. But this is earlier. This is about 4 years before the current date. And the main reason he has very tidy handwriting is because it's obviously a typed font. But anyway.
Yeah.
The imagers that he apparently adapted from some technology that from the people that his wife was from, his wife Kita, who is dead of course. We don't know exactly what Kita was. All we know is that he took Kita to meet Anna in the clefts when she was pregnant. Which kind of suggested Kita maybe from Earth, but it's not entirely clear. She's definitely not Dunny. That's one of the main things to remember. And kind of interesting
he
here.
Just says there. Yeah, he's just saying there that maybe she was descendants of the Dunny.
Yeah, she's talking.
So,
he's talking about her people, and that he says there's some similarities between the cultures, and that maybe there's descendants of the Dunny. But the clue here is in the sentence. It pleases me to think so. Gehn just wants that to be the case. I think he wants her to be Dunny because it would strengthen his connection to Dunny.
but what I'm saying is, he wouldn't say that if he knew she was from Earth, would he?
Why not? There may have been Dunny that escaped to the surface.
Oh, right. Okay. I've got to close the window just a minute. I'm stepping off in case you wonder what happened to me. It's
Okay.
not my microphone.
Yeah, Kita died during childbirth. Yeah, there was actually a book assembler on the island. The reason it was removed, I think, is because people thought it was part of a puzzle, which it wasn't. The image is still in the game, you just can't actually reach it during gameplay, but people have seen it using resource extractors and stuff like that. What civilization is the inspiration for the Dunny? You should ask that question again when Nora comes back. She has some theories about that. This is a bull. These look like some nuts or some kind of dried fruit, perhaps. Oh yeah, the code. I should actually look at that. That's a good point. Not the fire marble code, the book dome codes. There we go. No, wait, that's not it yet. Ah, it remembers where you picked off. where you left off. That's good. I can hear activity on Nora's side. This is, of course, where you learn that these symbols that you see on the domes are for the colors. But you don't know which is which we will learn later. Nora closed my window on Relto. Is that what you were doing, Nora?
Yeah.
You just went into Uru Live to close my window. How you got to my Relto is unknown, but...
I set up a few traps there. Put some fancy locks on certain things. Like those locks in Myst 4.
Yeah, Comic Stallion asked about inspiration for the Dunny. You had some theories about that, so I said you should ask it again when you were back.
I don't know what civilization is the inspiration for the Dunny, but one of the things I read this morning, and which is very interesting as regards the cleft being in New Mexico, and also the whole idea of a city underground, that the Millers, the game developers, went to New Mexico and spent 3 days there photographing things before they started doing Riven to get textures and things. But the mythology of the Native Americans in that area, and I'm not talking about the Navajo, I'm talking about the Zuni and the Hopi, have a creation myth which is called the emergence myth, which is people coming from below ground to populate the earth. And also, of course, you know, from the Minkata Sparkly, the Kivas there are straight out of those Native Americans. But I don't know what civilization is the inspiration for the Dunny. I don't know.
Okay.
Zatira says Atlantis.
I doubt that. This, of course, is the 233rd age. This, by the way, of course, I haven't technically learned the numbers yet, but this, by the way, is the biggest clue there is in the game that this is the number system is base 25, because this ends in RD, so you know it has to be a 3 at the end. But this is an 8. This is not a 3. This is 9, 8. And 9 times 25 plus 8 is 233. So that's 233. So that's why you know it's base 25, which is not something you need to know for any of the puzzles that it's base 25, but it is how people know that, or one of the ways that people know that.
Perry White, which sketchbooks are these Myst sketchbooks or just any sketchbooks?
I do like to use the Dunny numbers as well. Sometimes, just for random fun. Gehn is so full of himself, talking about how he accomplished in 29 years what it took the Dunny centuries to achieve. Yeah, but you did it poorly, and based on their knowledge, and your audio went bad.
I wasn't actually saying anything. Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay. You've gone very faint as well.
Have I?
Yeah.
Have I gone faint on the video?
Well, maybe it was my headphones were askew.
6 by 9 is 47 people, not 42. It's 40. Oh yeah, whatever. It's not 42. Yeah, it's 54. It's 42 in base 8, I think. That was but it's actually just a mistake that Douglas Adams made while writing the book. But he later talked it, sort of retconned it, saying, "Oh, it's 42 in base 8." Of course, more stuff about the domes and symbols for the islands coming back here.
Did you, when you saw this, know that there was a way that you needed to go up to the dome?
No.
No, neither did I.
I hadn't. That was one of the one of the things I did not know, or did
What,
not
that you had to
or,
get up
yeah, or
there?
did not see on my first playthrough is that lever that raises the stairs. I had completely missed that, so I didn't know you could get up there until way near the end of the game. This is our telescope code, and I am going to take a picture of the screen so I
No, you
can.
mean it's a dome code.
Yeah, the dome code, not the telescope code. Probably the most fiendish puzzle in video gaming history is this particular puzzle. Because, of course, the game only teaches you the symbols up to 10. Or the symbols up to 9, I think, even. I'm not sure if 10 is one of them. And then expects you to figure out how to make the rest of the symbols. It doesn't even tell you there are more symbols, it just shows you the symbols here and then expects you to figure it out. Really, really difficult puzzle there. Mighty Dagger.
Oh.
What?
No, I just wondered if you flip back, if it says anything about that they've appeared. Oh, right, here.
And we're talking here about the fact that the daggers that Moiety use don't have, are using an element that is not native to Riven, and Gehn hasn't yet figured out that that means that the Moiety have their own age. But that's clearly what it's what that means. Mentions another age. What is this? 9 and 9. It's 234. So he's working on a new age. He's quite ambitious, that's for sure. And of course, Catherine's book window, which Gehn thought she must have copied from a Dunny design, because of course he can never believe that a mere Rivenese could come up with something like that. And Gehn should really stop putting his cups down on his book. Well, we're not reading the journal, we're just sort of looking at it.
Yeah, we had to get it to as far as the code.
We have to at least do the code, so that's the main important thing. And I'm just sort of doing the summary while looking at it, rather than reading the whole thing. One other thing on this desk, of course, is this one, which doesn't make any sound. I wonder if that's because the fish doesn't make any sound, or because it was removed from its original location. And of course the note that says where Gehn found this particular ball. And of course Gehn likes to decorate using warg tusks, as I've indicated before in the Let's Play. Let's look around for some more stuff. Another Itram trap. I guess he has more than one of those. Not sure what this is for. I don't think I want to know what this is for. I guess he uses that to make like this tobacco for the pipe and stuff. Oh, these are Itrams. I never noticed that. There are Itrams in here.
Ooh.
He's stuffed some of them, or put them on strong water, or something like that. Poor fellows. See, every single time you play this game, you notice something new.
Mm.
And I haven't noticed. I had never noticed this before.
Wonder what those little they look kind of like shotgun cartridges on the right hand side. That, yeah.
Yeah.
Wonder what those are.
I don't know. Maybe they could be. Well, they're not sharp, so they're probably not bullets for his gun. I don't know. They might just be containers for different chemicals or something that he uses to make ink. Erlenmeyer flask.
Corks. Yeah, I guess they could be corks.
Oh yeah, that's could be. They do look like corks, indeed. Now that you mention it, well spotted.
Oh, someone else says they're vials of the poison.
Could also be. In any case, we've established there's frogs here, which I did not know. And we've got, I guess these are animal eggs. This one
Some
has
tiny ones. I mean, it looks like bird eggs, and then really, really tiny ones.
maybe some of them are rocks. I don't know. Is this an egg or a Dungeons and Dragons dice, or just a funnily strange shaped rock?
Alessandro's saying, "Do the Easter eggs." Oh, is there an Easter egg?
I don't know
Related to
exactly
this
how to do the
room.
Easter. I don't know how to do the Easter eggs. I don't remember that.
Maybe you have to touch on certain things.
If people can
Oh.
tell me how to do it, then I can do it.
Click the little orange egg. Yeah,
Is that one or that one?
the little one. Oh,
Oh yeah, well if I need to go back to Cho's Dagger, then I'm not doing it, sorry. Yeah, I have seen them at some point, but I haven't in a while. I guess these other drawers are locked. And
can't you? Yeah, you can turn that on.
yeah, the Rivenese kettle. I suppose if you left this on long enough, the bacteria would die. But you can't, because it turns off automatically. And Gehn did mention he was doing experiments. This definitely is a cork. I'm just closing the thing. Gehn's lab versus Escher's lab. At least there's no Barrow being skinned here. It's one advantage. I prefer the dead frogs over what Escher was doing with the Barrow. And this goes towards the back. I'm not going there yet. And this lab looks really cool. I mean, Gehn did some stupid stuff here, but it looks very cool. And this is the furnace where Gehn burnt all of his failed books. It kind of also, in terms of design, this lab reminds me of Catherine's room in Myst 4, the room with all where she has all the plant specimens.
Yeah, because she has these kind of things with the potholes in them. Not the
Yeah.
potholes, the portholes.
Yeah, it does
Porthole,
look like
yeah,
a washing machine. A front loader, which for us Europeans is normal, but I think the Americans still mostly use top loaders. Japanese do, and there is of course a button for maglev here, which is the maglev behind there, but I'm still not going to go there. I'm going to open this door. No, we did not miss Gehn's gun, I saw it. I pointed it out. Pay attention, Zeteria.
I think BBB wants you to look at the book in the furnace.
Oh,
You
did
can actually
did
look
I
at
not
it.
do that? Okay. We can now go in this way because I unlocked it. NES top loader, yeah, that's the Japanese version. Famicom.
I thought you could open that.
Yeah,
just
you
to
can.
see that it was. Oh, you can.
That's what I'm doing.
Oh,
And it's not working. I wonder if maybe
Yeah.
enough of the because it doesn't really look very much burned. So maybe if we had one of Catherine's book window thingies, we could make this work. This is one of Gehn's failed books that he burnt because it didn't work. I guess he didn't want to keep a storehouse of failed books around.
I guess he didn't really have recycling.
In terms of the design, I have to say though that the giant pipe leading into the room is kind of an eyesore. In terms, the rest of the room is really nice, but
And why would you have a ventilation pipe opening right over your desk?
$451 Fahrenheit. Yes, that's probably it. I want to see if we caught another tram. Levers are not.
Maybe it's so he could hear if he caught, if he could hear the trap spring.
Could be. And we got another one. Yeah, it is. Hey, he didn't eat it.
I told you there were different ones.
But he didn't eat the pellet. So why the hell did he get caught?
Well, he touched it. He must have moved it. Maybe that's the only
Yeah,
thing
but
that.
he kicked it off when he just left.
Hmm.
Okay, I'm gonna put another one on there. We can when we come back here again, we can see if there's more animations.
Maybe it's just the pressure of him landing on it.
Yeah, of
It's
course,
my turn.
it's clearly a pressure plate. But why would he jump there if he wasn't intending to eat the thing? Maybe he lost his appetite after he was trapped.
Hmm.
Would be funny if he sort of learns the pattern there. Okay, now there's one thing, because of this order of doing things. And I kind of did that intentionally. Is if I go here towards the dome,
You'll be asked to change your CD.
that too. Please insert disc 1. But this does not work. We can't go to the dome because I did not turn. I think you
Turn
can see
the
it.
power on.
I think you can see it from here somewhere. That's on this side. I did not turn the steam vent on.
Hmm. Or rather, you didn't divert the steam.
Yeah, well, the steam is going
that what
out
you
at
mean?
the pipe, so I consider this the turned off position. And
Oh.
but I actually kind of wanted to do that anyway, because doing it in this order, with me, because I turned this lever, if we go back there now later and turn it on, you can actually see this bridge drop from that angle, which I'm not...
Ah.
which
You
I
mean
didn't-
because you've already moved the lever?
Yeah, which I didn't show in the Let's Play. You can actually see
Oh.
the track for the book cart here, as well as one of the maglevs. So that one seems to be the maglev between Map Island and Jungle Island.
I can't remember who said it, but somebody in the chat said that in some of these screens you can see that island. Was it Garden Island? That had
I
been
don't know.
in Miss, but then
I'm not sure.
I mean in Riven.
Okay, at this point I am going to really leave it up to you guys. There's two options here. I can either go back to Village Island and do that, or I can take the maglev from Gehn's lab to Map Island. Either one works. Okay, well... we
Again,
got-
it looks like half and half.
Yeah, but the first votes were for Map Island.
Mm.
And I think that means I am coming from the right, because if you go to Map Island first from Village Island using the maglev back there, no wait, that's that one. I think if you use that one, you can't see the guildsman.
Mm. You keep being asked which of the 5 islands is your favorite.
Oh, sorry, I missed that. Probably Jungle Islands, just because of it looks very nice. Then the village is nice. I also like Map Island, especially because of the elevator.
What do you mean the book assembler?
Show the book assembler? You can't see the book assembler in the game.
What is the book assembler?
The book assembler is the press that is an unused image in the game. You can see it. You can see it if you use a resource viewer on Riven's files, but it's not visible in the game. It was removed because people thought it was part of a puzzle, which it wasn't. Again, you can see the minecart track. I keep calling that a minecart, even though it's very obviously not. But you can see the top of it.
Well, it looks like it's going right into the water.
It is. That's the tunnel you go through is underwater. The red rings around it are heating it up to keep the water away. I'm just gonna go this way. I already pushed the button, so the maglev should be here. And it is. So that works out nicely then.
50 minutes?
Yeah, it's 50. It's 50 minutes presentation, 30 minutes questions, 30 minutes conference from the professors. That's the way the University of Tokyo does it. Of course, now I'm moving. No, it's not in Japanese. It's in. It was in English. I can't do that in Japanese. That would be horrible. Up and away.
Was it stressful?
It was. Well, the anticipation was worse than doing it, I think.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, turn around first or go out here.
Which is the one where you get to see the person?
I think it's on this side.
Then do this one.
Is the person on this side or or turn around? I don't remember.
I can't remember either. If you don't, turn around to see the person. Turn around to see the person.
Okay, then we're gonna turn around.
Well, at least you can see it now. How do you pronounce your M-R-E-R-E? Mrerer?
Well, you're seeing the delay of the video as well. If you're looking at that, or or are you actually looking at the chat to say that you're?
Are you talking to me?
No, to M-R-E-R-E. This is the only mech level you can actually get to from both directions. Oh yeah, of course. This one goes downstairs, and then the.
I love this. I love this animation when I first saw it.
Yeah, more warp tusks. There is actually the lighting here is caused by lava that is underneath the water.
Yeah, I think this is one they used in the preview, wasn't it? This is one of the images that.
Well, this is one of the most iconic visuals in Riven, I think. The elevator. I used it in my 2-year anniversary video as well. This is a literal lava lamp, I guess. Let's go down.
Ah. So definitely a mist fan.
Actually, the way you wrote that in one word, I'd read it as endophages rather than endophages. If I ever become a billionaire, I'll build the whole island. The whole Riven. And this is actually the glow of lava. I think this is not actually lava that we're looking at, but there's definitely lava nearby, which is also what is keeping the water at bay. I don't know. Someone was talking about a call button for this elevator.
Calling you, yeah.
I don't know where it
Don't
is.
you just have to get in it? Don't you just have to
No,
get
but
into
if
it?
it's not here,
Oh.
if you go from the other side, I don't know. Maybe you can't see it if it's already here.
Ah.
The only way to find out would be to make a very big detour.
Detour.
Um,
Bye-bye, Cho.
oh, Cho is leaving. Wouldn't Cho was knocked out?
Well, yes, we will definitely not be finishing it today, so... And we're not doing it next week.
There's the
Just
scribe.
keep an eye...
Doing this order, this is the first person we see in the game. Because normally I see the girl first. Let's follow him. I think in the making of video there's some footage of how they filmed this, with the guy just sitting on a box in a room of blue screen being turned around. Well, yeah, I guess
That's
the first
right.
person you see is Joe, but I mean the first person you just encounter during your wandering, I mean.
Why do you think it's a she?
I don't know, it could be. You never really see this person from close up enough. Of course we can call this maglev back as well. Would be funny if it would just turn around while he was still in it, and then we could capture him or something. Okay, I don't know what that font is, but it's not showing up in the video. The symbols. The Japanese worked, but that what Emrari just typed did not. And he got away. Let's go catch us a warg or something like that. I think if you go here first from Village Island, if this is the first time you go here, not only do you not see Scribe going this way, but you will never see him, even if you come back this the way we came now, later. Some more nice music here, indeed, which Nora can't hear. It's like torture
Yeah,
for
you have
Nora.
to whistle it. Will you sing it for me?
One thing people pointed out in the comments, which I don't think I commented on it in the video, but this water tank, the water level of that is obviously quite a lot higher than the sea. Because if you go down the stairs here, further down the stairs, then out here, and then the sea is still below you. Whereas here you're looking out into a tank, so that's lake or whatever is on this island is clearly a lot higher than the water here. So some people thought that was a continuity error. They were talking about that in the comments on the video where I was here, but it's not. It's a lake in the island, which just has a higher water level than the. I don't know how Gehn manufactured the glass. He might have done that before he was trapped here. Don't forget that he went here for quite a long time. And they do have volcanic power sources, so I suppose they could make it. I don't know. Again, just because this game is generally quite well thought out, I'm more inclined to sort of forgive them. And another staple of the. I guess this could be another volcano, but it doesn't really look like one. Not in the way that. In the way that the Crater Island does. This is the viewer. And it's our first glimpse of Catherine. I always like the fact that the reflections, I can't point it with my mouse now, but you can actually see her in the reflection, even in this view. That was actually quite simple.
You know,
they just had a mirror on set on the place where it's supposed to be in the video as well. Yeah.
Did you know that she's voiced by a different person than who plays her?
Yeah, I know. And she's not coming back, I guess. And this, of course.
I don't know why. I read that this morning. If you're the why, and really I don't know that is about Catherine, but I just read that this morning in one of the online wikis about.
Yeah, there's two people playing Catherine here. One person who plays her in the video, and one person who does her voice. I can think of two reasons. Maybe they just didn't like the voice of the person who did that. Or maybe the audio recordings didn't work properly and they had to get someone in later or something like that. And this is the other thing that like I said in the Let's Play, this is the one thing where I needed to use a hint guide.
Which is what?
The symbol for the fish. Never noticed that it was here.
Oh gosh, no, I didn't notice that either.
One
Wow.
thing, this little dot here, of course, which is the eye of the fish, that is the sphere in the lake. Because like with every other symbol, the sphere shows up in the place of the eye. It's symmetrical vertically, well, except for the eye, I guess. So doesn't really matter if it's upside down or not. That's the work
There's
gallows.
the work gallows, isn't it?
Yeah. Another fun piece of equipment. That's the school, I think. Kind of hard to see. The symbol is very visible, but I think the first time I used this viewer I had not yet been to the room on Village Island. So I wasn't really looking out for a symbol that looks like that. I didn't realize it was meant to be a symbol rather than just a shadow that happens to look like a fish. And this is one of the lights, so we're gonna turn on now, of course.
What do you mean, one of the lights?
Because there's 6 lights.
Oh, right. Hmm. And isn't one you can't see the color?
Yeah, one is broken. So we know now that this symbol is blue. And we did hear, I don't know if you could hear that in the video, but you cannot hear sort of a warg respond to that. One big difference for me doing this now, when I did this Let's Play, my recording setup was such that I basically couldn't really hear the game. I could hear it very faintly. So I couldn't really comment on things like that unless I knew about them in advance, because if it wasn't loud, I couldn't hear it. That's also why I missed Yisha playing the flute in Myst 4, because I couldn't hear it. But now I use a different setup, so I can actually hear the games while I'm recording. No sign of that particular warg, though. I wonder how Gehn trains the wargs to respond only to their own color. No reaction to this one. So the green warg is missing, I guess. And the yellow warg? No, no yellow warg either. I don't know. I haven't really followed Jane Jensen's stuff recently. I know that she's doing stuff, but I haven't really kept up with it. One thing that I have kept up yet, I don't think I've mentioned it yet today, is Dreamfall Chapters, which is on Kickfall. Kickstarter. Dreamfall is on Kickstarter. Okay, well done, brain. And they are already 100% funded as of today. They've got about $870,000 last time I checked, and their goal was $850,000. And that's great. So we're going to have a sequel to Dreamfall finally. So, but of course, the fact that they're funded does not mean that you shouldn't go there and pledge money to them right now. You should, because they have some awesome stretch goals, and one stretch goal, we don't know what it is yet, for $2 million, and I want them to get there. I want them to beat Star Citizen, beat that $5 million goal. I want them to do that. They totally have to do that. Just the more money we can give them, the more awesome the game will be. I pledged $150 to them just because I could, because I want that game that much.
And if what is it you have to pledge to get it to make it for the Mac?
$900,000 is the first stretch goal, and then they will have Mac and Linux support, so that Nora can play too. Well, she would have to get a new Mac probably, but
yes.
Well, they made $850,000 in 1 week, so I don't think 2 million is really that impossible. They still have 3 weeks left. And there's our warg, who is not interested in us, because we're not Gehn, presumably.
If you keep pushing it, you get different.
Yeah, I know.
Oh.
We're gonna do that. Yep, still don't have any food for you. He's looking at us like, you talking to me? You talking to me? I don't see anyone else here. Yeah, Shroomy would be that easily seen. I wonder how people even ever found out that you could see Shroomy there, because I certainly never noticed it myself before I read it. And now he's had enough. Good thing that glass is strong, otherwise we would have had a lot of trouble now. We would have had a fish on top of us and we would have drowned. In Sierra games, you would definitely have died from that. Yeah, actually, because I am did $150, I will be in the credits for Dreamfall chapters. What happens if you do it again? I think he's annoyed and won't come again. That's what I thought. I didn't remember that. And this is the broken one. Which is annoyingly the only one we've seen so far. That's the Crater Island, though. But of course we know that has to be purple, because that's the only color we have left. Alright. Yeah, you would probably have gotten an achievement for that. Oh wait, I need to push the button before I can leave this chair. Soteria, it could be that the tusks are vestigial, they're not useful anymore. Or they could be part of mating displays. I agree, they don't seem very useful for aggressive purposes. You can see the window through the viewer? Warthog Demon, what are you talking about? Yeah, again we have a choice. Jungle Island or continue with Map Island. Oh yeah, you can see that. That's well, I think of course I'm going to do all the islands. I'm just talking about what order. No, I'm going to show everything, even if I do remember the results. Nora, are you still here?
I'm still here. I'm still here. I'm just reading the chat.
Okay.
Not really knowing what to say.
I think Village Island won the vote. It's going to be a bit of a detour, but who cares? We're going to do it. We're going to go to the jungle then. I'm sorry.
Well, if you go to the jungle, isn't this when you come out of the Wart's Head?
It is, yeah. We'll come back here later to do the rest of Map Island. It also gives me the opportunity to show some of the maglev rides in reverse, which I have never done in the Let's Play, because I did all of them only once. I remember really when I was playing this game for the first time, I had to backtrack a lot, check things out, and go back and see if I missed something. So I took these things very, very often. Just I would be playing this game. If I played this game in the evening, I would be playing it the whole evening. And then after when I went to bed, I would just lie down, close my eyes, and I would see maglev rides, basically. And this is the elevator, which is already here, which is a good thing, because you can't call it manually. Top floor, middle floor first. Which should I do? Top, middle. Middle, top, 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 top. Okay, well top seems to get the most votes. Another elevator that doesn't like going straight up. No, it has to make a turn.
I know, yeah. Well, I
What?
guess maybe the path out is slightly at a slight angle.
Yeah. The villagers, they're kind of afraid of me. They get warned by the guards and then they hide. Which is why you see so few of them.
Shower caps. All right.
I think I did that joke, or women's underwear or something like that in the Let's Play.
I thought you did the shower cap bit.
No, not the shower caps, no.
Yes, you are going to get it for that one. I'm hungry for work. I wonder what work would taste like. Probably like whale blubber. I've eaten whale blubber before.
Oh, so you're part of the whale hunt then. Another one of these domes.
What? I did eat when I went to Alaska. When I went to the Eskimo village, Inuit village.
Ah, okay. I see. I'm trying to figure out how to get to the... Oh yeah, it's the side path here. Let's see, which color is this one? That is, in fact, red. That's the one from the work we were annoying just now, so... appropriate in some way.
Where else have I traveled to? Not very many places, but
Of course, Nora is
most
originally
of the
from the
states.
US, so...
Sorry?
You're originally from the US.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
live in
originally.
London now, so... that's something.
Whale blubber is it's kind of salty,
Oh, your audio
and
just
you
went
know
off.
you have to chew it for about 3 hours.
Your audio is
I think
bad.
I eventually spit it out. Did you
Nora.
say my sound's gone?
Yeah, your sound's bad. Yes, I know we've seen the code, but I'm not going to use it, because we don't know the numbers yet, and that was the rule. So we'll have to go to the classroom before you can get me to open the...
I don't sound like I have an accent. What kind of accent? You mean like an English accent?
Well, you're from America, so why would you have a British accent? You don't have a British
Well,
accent.
but Sateria is saying you don't sound like you have an accent.
We've been seen.
I do to my ears. I do occasionally sound English. Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, originally. Very white. Yeah, I've lived here for a long, long time. And I can hear the English.
Adrian, no, I don't think I will. For one thing, Dreamfall I couldn't stream on this computer because it's not fast enough to stream 3D games. And The Longest Journey, that's a 20-hour game, even if you do know exactly what to do. And most of it is dialogue, so it's not as if there's an awful lot of opportunity for interaction with you guys with that.
Yeah, we did try. Originally, we tried Mass Effect. I wanted you to do Mass Effect, but that definitely wasn't going to work. And didn't we even say that Myst 3 might be a bit difficult?
Myst 3 might work, but we did have some audio glitches when we tried that. But one thing, though, of course, I will quite likely be moving. I don't know exactly where yet, but it might be to the US or something like that. And I will get a job, and quite likely I will get a new computer, because this computer is now 4 or 5 years old. So I am not ever... I'm not going to ship this internationally. That's stupid with such an old computer. That's kind of pointless. So I'll probably get a new computer, so hopefully then I'll have the processing power to do some streams of more modern games.
He's definitely going to do Myth 3. He's working on it. He's already
Yeah.
started.
Myst 3 is definitely going to be my next Let's Play, but I'm currently just still kind of swamped with, it's not Japanese junk, it's just an old computer. the I'm currently just, it's not really convenient, because next week I am flying to the US to do some job interviews, and mid-March I'm flying to Portugal for a conference, and after that my family is coming to Japan for graduation, and after that I'll probably have to leave Japan permanently, so I'll have to move house and stuff. Regardless of where I end up going, that is also going to take time, so while streaming Myst 3, I'm not going to do a stream of Myst 3 before I've done the Let's Play, because otherwise I feel like I kind of would spoil the Let's Play. After I've done the Let's Play of Myst, then Nora and I might stream it at some point. Well, you know, I am going to that area. Cyan is in...
Yeah, and my mother and my sister live in Washington State now as well.
Yeah.
But Zion's on the other side of the state. It's over the mountains.
what's the place called where they are? I've forgotten it.
I have too. That's why I said it was over the mountain. It's Spokane.
Spokane,
Thank
yeah,
you.
of course. That's the one. I was thinking it's one of... And this is the really weird thing for me, which is really a nerdy thing in a way. I quite like Flight Simulator, and Flight Simulator has some built-in flight lessons. And the instrument flight lessons, they're all around that area. And one of the VORs you use quite a lot is the Spokane VOR, which is a radio beacon. So that's where I know the words, the name Spokane from. For me, it's primarily a VOR in Flight Simulator rather than an actual place. But I am actually going to Washington State for some of my job interviews, but not to Spokane. I have not contacted Cyan. I don't really think that, given their current financial state, they're really hiring.
Spokane? By the way, Jadney, my mother and sister live in
The
Bellingham.
flight instructors in Flight Simulator pronounced Spokane. That's where I got my pronunciation from. I'm currently definitely going to interview at Microsoft and at Cloudera. I'm not sure yet. There may be some others. I'm still working on it. Oh, natives! What do they know? My degree is really not that suited to game companies, so. I mean, it's a nice idea, but it's not the career path I chose. One thing about these huts, there were people in the comments in my videos that were saying, oh, you can get into the huts, but if you can, I have no idea how. I've never seen it. So I think they just got that wrong. Fix EA. I don't think I can do that.
Somebody has posted twice that Mass Effect 4 is coming out next year.
Yeah, well, I haven't followed it exactly, but I know that they're supposed to be working on it. Aren't they going to do a last DLC
Yeah,
as
that's
well?
coming soon. Well, at least the preview is coming soon.
One thing here, I don't think I pointed that out in Let's Play, is that this is the head of a warg. This is the chair.
Wow.
Nice.
Shows how big they are.
It's kind of creepy. Why would you want a chair like that? I guess it makes for a very impressive view when people from the village see him come up in this warg head chair. What did I think of Omega DLC? Well, go watch my Omega DLC videos. I say what I thought of it there. There's one DLC I really want for Mass Effect 3. I know they're not going to make it, but if I could choose one DLC from Mass Effect 3, Kel Rieger. I want Kel Rieger back. I know it said in an email he died. We can just do a video where that was a mistake and he can say that the reports of his death were greatly exaggerated or something. But that's what I want. I want a Quarian DLC with Kel Rieger in it.
Sitting in this chair made me feel great vertigo. Especially when you pull one of those levers or when you turn down and it just kind of throws you forward.
Yeah, like this. I'd really like this view.
Oh. Wait, you opened it before. Oh no, you have to shut it
You
from
have to
up here.
close
That's
it,
what you
because
have to
otherwise
do.
you can't get up there.
Yes,
So it's a good thing you sent me here first, because otherwise we couldn't have done that.
Yes, Robin Sachs died.
Yeah, I saw that, indeed. It's a shame. I mean, Zaid wasn't my favorite character, but he did have a good voice.
Yeah, I knew him from Buffy first, as I assume a lot of people did. Is there anything that's worth pointing out from up here? Oh, you can see the. Can you see the little submarine? Yeah, you can. Straight opposite.
Yeah, you can see the submarine itself is, I think, sitting here at the moment.
Yeah, you can see it. Yeah.
You can also sort of see the layout of the track, which can help a lot with figuring out how that works.
Oh God, that took me forever.
Because this is the viewpoint. This is where you need to go to turn all of the things on. Um, the docks or whatever you want to call them. The school is on this side, and you can sort of see this is the main loop of the train, and then it has tracks going off to the side here to those two other places, and yeah, it's not really visible, but there's another track going this way. And of course you can see all these holes in the water caused by heat sources. I don't know if these are I think there are also warg heads on the top of the gallows. Now layer is not that complicated, but because you can't really see where you're going when you're underwater, it's can be somewhat more difficult to see what's actually going on. Who did he play in Galaxy Quest? I don't remember. Does that door close by itself, or do I have to close it?
How do you know we're really nice people?
What?
Warthog Demon wants to know who we would like to have sacrificed to a warg.
I don't think there's anyone in real life that I hate enough to do something like that with. If I can choose fictional people, I can do like the Elusive Man or something.
The person who made Spire.
Even that is not enough of a sin. Well, I hope I'm nice. I would think so. I try to be.
You never hear us arguing. I think you did a couple times in the Uru Let's Play.
Yeah, I guess, but I mean, it's not. That's friendly banter, basically,
Friendly banter.
or me getting
Well, it was
impatient
both of
with
us
you.
getting tired. I think it was both of us getting tired. And you
Yeah.
know, I've thought of that. If you move to the West Coast, it's
Yui
the
Ball,
time
yeah,
difference
that's,
is
that's someone who we could sacrifice to work without any qualms. Michael Bay. Uh, sorry, I was interrupting you.
Mac crashing. Your Mac is crashing.
But I interrupted you, Nora. You were saying?
I can't remember what I was saying. Oh no, I was what I was saying is that when I mean you're much better in late at night than I am, and I'm just worried about when we switch time zones, the time difference.
Oh yeah, that might be. Well, I need to
We'll
get
work
a
it
job
out.
first. We'll figure something out. At least I'll be able to do streams at more reasonable times for people in the US.
Yes.
Conrad
Yeah.
Werner. See, the one problem I have with Conrad Werner is that they made him a PhD in Mass Effect 3, which kind of diminishes the value of real PhDs.
I thought he was kind of sweet in Mass Effect 3.
He's not a bad character. Ooh, girl! I forgot he was on this side. Glyph! Right.
Hey, you know what, Cosmic Stallion? I because Frank and I have been doing Mist Online, and we discovered that I upgraded my Mac system recently, and I totally freeze up in the Grade Zero antechamber for some reason. But now I can go to Eater Chemo with no problems whatsoever, and I even got the rug for my Relto, which is just amazing. For me, anyway, there's no problems. So it's just, I don't know. The one thing I have to learn out how to do now is for the filming that we're going to do is we're going to do some filming in the open cavern, which means I've got to work out how to do a wrapper for that to get to be able to play it on the Mist on the
Lava
Mac.
chasms are
Yes.
also a recurring element in Mist games.
Yes, the open
Here,
caves. Yes, sorry.
the red flowers that we saw at
Those look like eyeballs.
well, they are red flowers.
Mm.
Yeah, I guess I can go to the. I was trying to see if the girl shows up again somewhere here. I didn't remember that.
No, her mother doesn't she show up when you get near the village?
Oh yeah, that's it. Another dagger with, of course, another sphere. And which number was on this one? Forgotten.
4.
Yeah, okay. We haven't seen it yet, so we don't know.
Oh. No, somebody else pointed that out.
But we know there is a number on there. And now we're back here. Of course, another thing. The beetle! I like these beetles.
Mm.
They sort of look like cicadas.
They look like scarab beetles.
Yeah. Well, cicadas have different heads, but they are sort of similar in size. Somebody say go to the Sunners now.
Mm.
Is that a good... Yeah, well, okay, we'll do that. I think that means we have to go back again later to... because we didn't lower the train thingy yet. Doesn't matter, okay, we're gonna go to the Sunners then.
Well, that's another one where you get different animations, so it doesn't hurt to go see them more than once.
What they will leave, though, so... And one of the things that really surprised me again for the comments from the videos is how few people knew that you can sneak up on the Sunners.
Mm.
Almost everybody thought that they had to leave here, but you just need to wait
Mm.
until they calm down again and then move on. I have some really old notes from Riven, and I described these creatures as pelican-billed platypuses. Which is sort of what they look like.
I love the Sunners. I think they're my favorite.
They definitely seem like lazy animals. Well, they have the oven in the village where they're cooking them, so maybe we can find out what they taste like.
They're cooking Sunners?
What? Oh, what the hell? Did I do that? I think I did. I clicked on them.
What did you do?
I clicked on them and I didn't know that. Now I don't know if works eat Sunners, but the villagers definitely do. That's what the oven is for, I think. And they're gone. That's the annoying thing
You
about
can actually see them swim away.
No, only if they leave from further away. If you scare them off earlier, then you can see them swimming away. That's the one thing that's annoying about doing it this way. This is another one that sort of, in retrospect, it's obviously a work, but again, I'd never noticed that in my first playthrough. But since you can solve this one with sound, that wasn't a problem. And we have already heard the work, of course, on Map Island. It's not the island of the lake on Crater Island is not the only place with water effects. We've got them here too. Oh, that's the wrong way. I want to go this way. Riven is just unique. I don't know any other game that is quite like this. I mean, the other Myst games are all nice, but this game, just the combination of the atmosphere, the fantastic graphics, the attention to detail, just makes it unique, in my opinion. And there's the War Gallows, and I always want to call this a bathysphere, because that's kind of what it looks like. It's a bathysphere on wheels.
They really liked that shape. Isn't that shape looks a bit like the oven where the book was burning in?
Yeah, and the teapots and the various lamps you see in the jungle. It seems to be a design motif here. Here's another one of those huts. See, here you can see the entrance. I guess they lower a rope ladder or something from that.
Where is the place where you can actually see them in the hut?
We already did that.
Oh, we already did that.
That's where when we went up to the chair.
Oh.
But if you go to this one first, and the villagers haven't spotted you yet, then you'll see see them here. So whichever one you visit first is the one where you will see them. And if you leave the island and come back later, they'll do it again. And this is the oven, so I think they use that to prepare sunner meat, among other things. And the fish. They definitely eat the fish because you see them hanging in the village.
Yeah, you see them. It looks like they smoke them because I think there's some place where you see them hanging,
Yeah.
like right there, in that little bit right there where near the are those fish hanging down? That
No,
thing, that platform.
I think you see them. This is a sacrificial thing again. This is a warp
Oh,
thingy with stuff on it. But you see them on one of the other village platforms when you come from the other side. And here is another one of the balls with the sound of the beetle, which we already heard. Everyone is is hiding because we were here. They're afraid of us. Probably Gehn may have warned them about us, or one of Gehn's messengers. Can't go to the school next. And this is the one symbol that I did notice, but I didn't really realize its significance as a clue. The beetle. And of course, Gehn's telescope, which we used to look into the lake. Note, by the way, that they originally planned to have the telescope follow you, but it just turned out to be logistically impossible to move the telescope for every single image. What are you typing, Nora?
well, it's Mirror is saying that it's telling you that it's telling him or her that he's not following you, but you are. And I was just going to type that on your channel, I keep being told that I'm not subscribed to you.
I don't know. That's Twitch TV magic, and you don't have to type that. You can say that in the video. You're
you know
being
why I typed
very
it?
quiet, so.
I didn't. The reason why I didn't type it, the reason I typed it is because I can't say that name, Mirror.
I guess so. Yeah. You can from here actually also see the sphere floating in the water. That's where it is. See?
Gosh, that's spotting. Your eyes are pretty good there. Or I guess maybe you just know where it is now.
Yeah, I know where it is, but I didn't know you could see it from here. You can sort of tell that as well because when you're looking at it on the viewer, above the shadow that makes the fish, you see the shadow of the walkway.
Mm.
On the viewer, so you can tell that that's the
right.
direction that it's supposed to be in. But here we don't have the right angle. I guess this is part of the fish, but we're too far to the left to actually see the whole thing make the fish. I know some people are following me because I get emails that people are following me on Twitch.
Oh, I'm following you on Twitch. It's on YouTube that's telling me that I'm not following you.
No, that's weird.
Subscribe to you. Yeah. I was wondering if that's why it wasn't letting me post on your channel. You're a him. Okay, I think you need to get a better username so people can say it. Give us a name that
nobody
we
has
can call
ever
you for
pronounced
sure.
Dilando correctly, so except people who have seen Escaflowne. 8-Bit Dame, who's another Let's Player, once did a shout-out to me in a video, and she kept saying Delanadu or something like that.
Groot.
Groot.
You know, that's Groot. I saw
it's
a
Dilando.
character.
The name is pronounced Dilando.
Yeah, no, I saw a character in a U.S. video was called Groot. I mean, it was your name, but it was pronounced Groot.
Everybody likes
Groot.
especially here in Japan, where they basically assume that any name they don't know is English. So they keep saying Groot, as if it was English.
I don't think Warthog Demon is the name a woman would choose, Warthog Demon.
I don't
Or
know.
Cosmic Stallion, that's another one I don't think that a woman would choose. But Mac Forever, that could be my name.
Yeah, whenever I do a stream, I will always announce it on YouTube.
Yours is obvious, but it's so easy to mispronounce, BBB.
There's the school. But of course, we're stuck now because the train isn't here. The train? Can I actually look up? No.
So you were playing Myst at the age of 8. Wow.
Damn, you can't look up here. That's kind of annoying. It would have helped if you could. You could see that.
Well, you know, Zateria, that the Dutch were the first that were allowed in, isn't it that
Well,
right?
no, not the first, but during the period of isolation, we were the only ones who were allowed here. But there was a whole period before that that Japan was open. I don't think we were the first to come here. I guess the pier automatically retracts or something when you're lowering the sub. And my username is Delando, is a character from Escaflowne, which you should all watch, which is a pretty good anime,
Yes.
in my opinion,
It's
anyway.
wonderful. It is. It's wonderful.
The Vision of
Wow.
Escaflowne. Don't watch the movie, watch the TV series. The movie sucks. Well, the movie it doesn't really suck so much as it is just really, really weird.
Well, you know what? That's because I don't watch BattleBot. Is it BattleBots? BattleBots. I don't watch that.
Okay, we will have to circle back to lower the train.
Private Mate, are you saying you liked Escaflowne? That's why I call you BBB, because I know it annoys you, and I've got the other one fixed. I have Battle Spot Boy fixed in my head. Cosmic Stallion sounds like a female username.
Stallion is a male horse.
It's male horse,
Yeah.
yeah.
The movie, I just thought it was really weird, especially with the psychokinetic powers that everybody suddenly had. The movie of Escaflowne, I mean, as Private Mate is talking about that. Although it did have very nice music, as did the series, written by Yoko Kanno, who always does really nice music, so... Okay, we have to go back up. However, it is nearing midnight. We're almost nearing 3 hours for this.
Right.
So, I think that I'm going to call it a day for today.
Yeah, can I just remind everybody that if anybody's interested in joining us for this project or finding out more about it, if you contact Frank, he will give you some more information, and that we're being deliberately vague so as to not give out any spoilers. So, yes, we don't know when we'll be doing this again. I'm sure Sven will.
Yeah, I'll
When he
let
is
you know as soon as I know. Next week is unlikely because I'll have to fly to the US, and the week after that I'll just have come back, so I'll probably be really jet lagged. So 3 weeks at the earliest, I think. Unfortunately, but that will. It will continue at some point. That's the only thing I can guarantee. As will Myst 3 happen at some point. It's just going to take a little while. I realize that that's not what you want to hear, but it's unfortunately inevitable, just this whole period. This kind of, this is a transitional period for me. I'm finishing my PhD, moving on to the next stage of my life, basically. So it's kind of inevitable that it's going to interrupt some of the things I'm doing like this. So I hope
But as
you'll
soon as
bear
you
with
get,
me and be patient for a little bit longer.
yeah, and I'm sure at least you're recording Mystery. So, um,
Yeah, I won't forget to save, don't worry.
yeah. Well, thanks for joining us, all of you. Thank you.
Definitely. Always fun to hang out with you in the chat here or on Uru or anything like that.
And nobody got banned this time.
Yeah, everybody behaved.
You were all on your best behavior.
I think it's because we didn't read the journals. That helped.
Yes. Yeah, definitely. Riveting. Oh, very good.
I think we're going to have to ban Warthog Demon for that pun.
Yeah. Okay, bye, guys. Oh, there he goes.
Yeah, that was kind of inevitable. Okay.
Yes.
Okay, so I'll try to have this video up on YouTube as soon as I can, and I'll let you know when we'll be back with the continuation. But that will have to be, as you've probably guessed, in the next video. Bye.
Bye.